What did you say I could hear, Paul? Was there a noise?
You can hear the wolves howling.
Oh.
I'll pick up my bow from the ground where I threw it.
Yeah. Let's I think we should move, of course. I don't think wolves would be surprised if they see their comrades fallen down, so I don't think we can ambush them kind of again. I don't know if we could can I make out using my superior skill of scanning or exploring, make out how far are they from us?
Not very far. They're going to be a handful of minutes, you reckon?
Okay, so I think we just have to hide, like we did before.
Yeah, or should we push forward? Or
You want to go through the brambles?
oh no,
Bert's not having it.
No,
Bert's not having it.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. Yeah,
it's just. I think it seems like we're at the dead end. We can move to the side a little bit. I'm just going to wave to the guys. Moving 3 trees down. Okay, take the tea accordingly with you. But
yeah, they raise a glass of chilled Chardonnay and recognise.
Fold the tables.
Yeah.
The tablecloth as well, I guess.
Yeah. They're engaged in a very, very engrossing game of bridge.
Oh,
if we have
than 2 players, but they are.
If we have a few minutes, we can just shift a few 10-15 meters to the side, try to get this hiding spot there.
Okay, so you're going to try and hide, but further away. So you're trying to keep eyes on the scene here. Okay, so could you all make stealth rolls? I'll give you an extra bonus dice because you've got time to kind of really start to get yourselves.
Yes, we could barricade ourselves here, just to set up a perimeter.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, so on other stuff, that's no problem. I've got a Gandalf again, I'm just living the dream. There is no Tengwar, but I'm clearly getting it. Yeah.
No, you can hide.
Yeah, you can't see me now.
Oh no, not this time. No, with all those dice, I've got 2, 3 on the feet die, 2 3 on the D6s, and 2 2s.
Okay. Nope.
So
I'm 2 off my team, so Gert's just.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go. You think you're hidden, as you're kind of like looking down, bow ready, so on and so forth.
I've got a sausage hanging out of my pocket.
I'm covered in too much blood.
That's right. It takes longer than you thought it was going to for the wolves to arrive, but that could just be because time moves more slowly in these kinds of situations. Then 4 more wolves come out, slowly padding forward, sniffing the air. They start to move cautiously towards where Gert and Esteldor are located.
Okay. If they're in a good position, I'll just release the spear.
Okay. So that'll be your opening volley. I'm going to say that Gert and Esteldor, you won't get opening volleys because they're like on you, whereas like Arthaniel, you are hidden so you can, but it'll just be a normal close combat round because nobody really ambushed anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I get that opening volley,
You get the
and then I
opening
go
volley,
in. All right. That's clear. So, let's go with the spear. Okay, yes. Hang on. Oh, okay. So, I have a Tengwar. Okay, let's do the maths. 11, 14, 15. So 15, it's a success. I have a great success. But from my reading, I can't do the piercing blow thingy because feat die only has 1 on it.
Yeah, you won't be able to do it.
But I understandably, I can do this other shenanigans, right? Some sort of...
You can use a heavy blow. You could...
Yeah.
fend off. No, any close combat weapons. You can use a heavy blow.
Heavy blow. That's it. And I think that makes sense. That's what I want to do. There's nothing else I can think of doing. It's going to perhaps not completely knock them down with a nice piercing, but I will at least get some sort of additional damage on them. So I'm just trying to have a look here. Wound. Okay. Ideal. Spear. Four damage.
Okay.
And with the heavy blow, yes, I can add additional loss of endurance equals to your strength rating. I'm not using it as second-hand weapon, so just a normal strength rating is my 5, so it's 9 in total.
9. Okay, so it clocks a spear kind of into this side of it.
Yeah.
It's quite badly wounded, but it's going to keep going. Okay, so
sorry, can I just interrupt there? So did I just do heavy blow?
yes.
So dour handed gives me another 1, so it's a 10 if it helps the wolf.
It doesn't help the wolf.
I was just trying to be helpful.
I mean, the wolf would prefer not. In fact, if we're taking the wolf's viewpoint, then the wolf would prefer that you didn't do the extra point of endurance damage to it.
Okay, so let's take Hobbit's viewpoint. I guess that helps a bit more if I get the double digits.
Entirely for the destruction of the wolves.
Except for the tall one who's just not really bothered about this.
As you do that, the wolves lunge forward, and it'll be 2 on Gert and 2 on Esteldor, because those are the only ones that they were aware of at the start of the combat round.
Okay.
So
mine is basically mine is just wounded, sort of
quite badly wounded.
Yeah. Okay.
But still in combat. It is a combatant. So stances, everybody. I think, Arthaniel, you said that you were placing your sword deeply in the pack. So I think your action this round is going to be recover that sword if that's what you want to do.
Well, the alternative is I don't even have a dagger. Like these bloody Dunedain, they're just so poor. I don't even have a dagger.
was right when he said, just look badly clothed.
Well, it says frugal, so I guess I never needed the damn thing. But now I'm really desperate for a dagger. But never mind. I'm just going to frantically open my backpack. It's like, what was I thinking? Come on, get me the sword out. Yeah, fair.
That would be it. Okay, so Esteldor and Gert, your stances.
Defensive.
Defensive for Gert.
Forward
for Esteldor.
Why not? I know
bold
I'm doing
ranger. These bold rangers.
Yeah.
I am bold. Yeah. I keep forgetting to use my features.
Okay.
I will join you in a few rounds. I'm almost there. Yes, I will just.
Arthaniel's like, that's my toilet roll. That's like some snacks, spare underwear.
Yep.
Okay, so
the blade has actually gone into the toilet roll. So.
Hello. Do you want to say hello?
A hobbit has arrived.
It's appeared from the trees.
Okay.
Go on. What are you doing? What's it? What do you want? No, you haven't. Is Stella doing your tea? Did you ask Stella for tea? Or you need to go and ask him for tea? No, I'm not doing it. I'm playing my game.
Is playing games more important than feeding your own son?
Oh, you can go and ask Stella. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standard. Standard. Yes. Guilt.
Is playing games more important than feeding your own son? Right, cheers,
Yes.
Did I use last Friday's £5?
You did use that. Well, you didn't use yesterday's £5.
What?
You did not use yesterday's £5. Pocket money day is Friday, so
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
I don't think you're completely off the hook there, Paul. I think they're likely to return.
Yes.
And I was gonna say end in greater number, but
Yeah, I hope not, because that could be quite problematic. I think he does walk in single file. Okay, so Esteldor,
Yes.
these two wolves jumping at you. One of them seems to be growing in stature as it's kind of like coming towards you. And there's it's really hard to describe. It's like looking at you and assessing you and appraising you. The other wolf is just attacking you, but this one seems to be growing, becoming bolder, stretching out its musculature a little bit, and it's kind of looking at you directly, eye to eye, gazing to see what kind of enemies that it faces.
Mm-hmm.
Same is happening to one that's gathered around Gert. Arthaniel, as you're looking at this, you can see one that's coming up towards Gert is kind of like cycling around and is getting ready to lunge. The other one's hanging back, almost waiting to see what Gert's going to do, and it's again kind of getting bigger. It's kind of four legs moving forward. It almost stands upright. It's not standing upright, but it's almost like lifting its front up.
Oh dear.
Esteldor.
Okay, so one's gonna jump at me, or
Yeah.
do I have to pick which one to hit, or
Yeah, you have to pick which one to hit.
They're both equal distances from me.
One's slightly hanging back. The one that's getting bigger is hanging back slightly, but it's almost kind of like it's just waiting for an opening. You get the impression it's waiting for an opening. It's almost kind of like it feels like you're sparring with that one a little bit.
Okay. Oh, sugar. I'll attack the normal wolf, the normal looking wolf.
It's spending a point of hate to give itself fast speed. So as you kind of swing down, it darts snake-like speed away. So you'll have ill favoured. So you have to roll two of the feet dice and take the worst.
Okay. Rolling. Oh, both sixes on my feet die.
Oh, okay.
So they're both
Yeah,
yeah.
sixes.
And then my attacks. I've got 17, so I beat my target number. No 10 was. Not looking this time. So 5 damage.
Okay, so your sword bites into the one that's leaping at you. Okay.
Do you know the injury roll as well?
No, you only trigger it. So the injury roll is if you get a piercing blow. So if you get a Gandalf or a 10 on the feet dice, then it'll make its protection roll with the target number being your injury score.
Cool. Okay.
And if it fails it, you'll immediately kill it, or you do like a wound to it basically, and that'll kill these. Okay, Gert.
So with being a defensive, I'm really only rolling one die.
Yep.
They're rolling one die against me.
You're like trying to keep them away from you as you're almost backing into Gert.
Yeah. So the only Gandalf is the only way I'll actually get a hit off of this. Nope. But that stinks. I got a 9 and a Tingwar, but my TN is not 15. It is 17. So, no dice.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunate. Okay, so they will now get to attack. So so you've lost a point of hate. You have lost a point of hate. Go down to that. And you. So the one the normal one that's attacking you, Esteldor, leaps at you with its fangs. It will roll one extra dice because you're in forward. That's 1. Okay. What's your parry rating?
17.
17. 10. It's going to hit, and it spends a Tenguar. Okay, so it does. It can spend a Tenguar. 2 plus 2. No. It's going to do 6 points of endurance damage to you as it bites into your leg.
Ooh, 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Ow.
And then the other one, the one that is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Does the same. 10, 16, 20, and that does 3 points of endurance damage as it kind of bites into your side with its fangs. One jumps in, really heavily tears at your right calf, and the other one comes into the left side of you, tears that, and then they kind of spring back a little bit. The ones that are fighting Gert, they take a dice away because of defensive stance, but they're going to spend a point of hate. You spend a point of hate to get dice back, and it leaps at Gert. Gert's parry is 16.
Yep.
It does not hit. Gert bashes that one away. The larger one spends another point of hate. That's you, so you're down to that. To get another dice, and it.
Bloody hell, these wolves just must have had this pocket money day yesterday, right? Talking about points of hate. Like,
10, 16,
So much hate.
20,
Yeah.
and
Ow.
it's going to do a heavy blow, so it does 6 endurance damage to you, Gert, as it kind of like beats through your defences, smashes with one of its kind of forelegs your sword away, and bites underneath your armpit, tearing and ripping at you.
I'm not having that.
Next round. So Arthaniel, you recovered the sword out of your bag. You dust off the trail mix that was all over it. Stances, everybody.
Ooh.
Yeah, I go forward. I don't care.
I'm going to change my one because I'm on 18 endurance now. So I'm going to go to. I'll go with open.
Okay.
Because I want to keep my 2D for my sword.
Yeah.
I'll back up into open.
Open. Okay. So Arthaniel, you can pick one of these, either Gert or Esteldor, and you can pick which of the wolves on those guys that you want to take.
Yeah, so I'll probably go for Gert because I know Esteldor. He can manage a few blows. So Gert has is the one with my spear attacking Gert, for example?
Yeah, the one with your spear is attacking Gert. It is in fact attacking Gert, yes.
So perhaps I'll just finish him off, and well, of course I probably won't, but that's the plan at least to finish him
Okay.
off.
It's going to spend a point of hate to dart out of your way, so you would be ill-favoured on your attack. So you roll 2 feet dice, and take the worst.
Sorry, can I just change it now then, or is it like some sort of like a magic that he does on me?
When you say change it, what do you mean by change it? Change your target?
Change my attack, yeah, change my target.
No, not really, because it's like
Oh, yeah,
it's
it went
it's
for
not like,
him
oh,
and-
you've selected me. I'm going to do this.
Here we go.
Yes, you can.
Give me your lunch money.
That is the act of. So he confirmed that the money was available to him, and that was the act of agreeing that he's going to spend the money.
Okay, right, okay. so it doesn't have to email you with like a request.
He's been messaging me.
Approval.
I've been seeing it coming up on my tablet.
Okay, well,
Like earlier today, he
good
messaged
lad.
me saying, "Can you go and get me a Coke Zero?" I'm like, "Well, hold on a minute. Why are you messaging me to go get you a Coke? It's like, it's not happening. It's never happened. It's not going to happen now."
Yeah,
Hobbit say.
Yeah, it is. It's classic Hobbit. It is a classic Hobbit.
yes, he is.
Oh, can you take this ring to Mount Doom and chuck it in the fire for me, please?
Just turn into Tolman's mum and respond to him like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That was my fantasy role play right there.
Yeah, and these combat tasks, I guess you can't do them when you're attacking. Yeah, you can do one or the other,
choose
right?
to do a task, or you can choose to attack.
I'm going to attack because I have 2 die. I
Okay.
only have one die.
And you're rolling 2 feet dice. Remember, taking the worst, admittedly. As it.
Hang on a minute. I want to spend a point of hope. I guess I use my
Okay.
personal stash of those hope points.
Okay.
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, one more die. Yeah, this is shit. I mean, there's no there's no gun. Sorry, there's no.
Right now, I have to
sour.
mark the
They
stream
missed.
as being mature. I have to do all kinds of
Oh,
YouTube
Sorry.
hoops.
Yeah, it's I profoundly apologize for any foul language that someone might have felt offended by. But anyway, yeah, this is ish. It's miss. So okay, we have a success in a sense that it's not a complete disaster. There's no Eye of Sauron. I have on the dice 8. Yeah, so I just miss, just a standard
Okay,
miss.
so
I missed
swing and a
because
miss. You
it's
swing at
stupid.
one.
Yeah,
That was kind of like darts super quick out of your way. Okay, but it's engaged with you now, so you have got its attention away from Gert.
I feel like this sword is giving us a clue as to what happened to the previous owner.
Yes, that's it. That's the one. I'm gonna sell it to the highest bidder. I'll stick it on eBay and just take.
There'll be very few high bids. Okay, which one of Esteldor and Gert wants to go?
I can go because I'm going to try and rally. We're clearly in need of a rally.
My man.
I can do a rally as a secondary action though, Gert.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. You have your once per.
Yeah, I've got a once per battle rally royalty revealed.
Okay.
Feature.
Well then, I start to pontificate, and you slap my shoulder and say, "I've got some words."
Yeah, Paul. So for example, when Esteldor does that, do I get my bonus then next round?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
okay.
the rule is that myself and the whole company we're inspired on all rolls in the following round.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So I'll stumble back, bleeding,
Into the
Going to-
brambles. Ow!
going to open stance, and he'd shout, "Hold your ground! These wolves are unnatural, but we could push them back." And he sort of like, I don't know, glows because it sort of says that in the text.
Oh,
Text.
king. You're a king.
Oh, there's a really
Royalty revealed.
And then I can still attack the wolf. So
I've just finished my rereading of Lord of the Rings. Finished reading the Return of the King just recently. It's just so good. I've forgotten how good it actually is.
yeah, well, the blurb, the little description text says about Aragorn threw back his cloak. The elven sheath glittered as he grasped it, and the bright blade of Andril shone like a sudden flame as he swept it out. Elendil, he cried.
Yeah. So what happens is Esteldor raises his sword, and so great a power and royalty was revealed in Esteldor, as he stood there alone next to the brambled gate before the host of his enemies, that many of the wolves paused and looked back over their shoulders in the valley, and some looked doubtfully at the sky. There was a roar and a blast of fire. The archway of the brambles above which he had stood a moment before crumbled and crashed. No, okay, maybe that bit's not irrelevant. But yeah, you get the impression.
Ah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then
Esteldor
I'll
revealed in the glory of the Dunedain.
Attack.
The kings of the sea of old revealed beneath the scraggy cloak of a ranger of the north. Gert almost goes down to one knee in supplication of his lords.
Cool. Have I got any disadvantage off the wolf this time?
No, because they're so taken aback by the powers of the men of the West.
Okay,
Is this the other special weapon, Esteldor?
Pardon?
Is this like a special your special sword that you have used now?
It's his father's sword.
Oh no, that effect was my virtue of the Rangers of the North.
Okay,
Yeah, it is a virtue.
I need to look at some investment opportunities then.
Yeah, they're pretty good for the Rangers.
Because at the moment you don't need to get on my knees. I'm already there. Yeah,
It's royalty revealed. Your kin belongs to a bloodline of kings that they have learned to hide from their enemies in the twilight years of their kingdom. Should you choose to reveal your heritage, your noble bearing will cause your allies to cast away their doubts. You reveal yourself by shouting an ancestral battle cry, or unsheathing a weapon of high lineage, or by sharing a device or coat of arms.
Nice. So I take that back. I'm no longer on my knees. I'm up and ready and with the sword.
Yeah, the sword sings to the sight of the royalty revealed.
And I hit the. I've just rolled. I hit the wolf that I've already hit.
Yep. Okay, that's good because that would have been the right anticlimax.
Yeah, I got a 10 on the feet die.
Okay, so that is a decent blow.
And I got a 6 on a D.
Okay, so what do you want to do with the Tengwar?
I like the heavy blow. I feel that heavy blow feels good for me.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that heavy blow will kill it anyway from the one that you've already hit.
Yeah, damage 5, injury 20 with the fell weapon effect.
Yeah. So damage 5, but you did a heavy blow, so you do your strength and you're using it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 12. I think it was
12.
before.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is so that's dead. So as Esteldor reveals himself in his glory, the wolf lunges up, thinking that he's distracted somewhat, but he just swings down, front cuts through, literally slicing the wolf in half. Blood everywhere. He's just showered in this thin mist as it kind of covers him. Okay. The one that has been just hanging back slightly, the one with the glint of the intelligence of man in a feral creature's eyes, is taken aback and almost cowering at the revelation of the men lords of the West. Okay, Gert, you've only got one on you now as Arthaniel has taken the wounded one away.
Okay. And so Gert's inspired, right? So
yeah,
I'll spend a point.
I know that'll be next turn.
That's next round.
Next round. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
This wolf is going to spend a point of hate to use its snake-like speed, so you're ill-favored on your attack roll.
Okay, so I'm going to use a point of hope and try and we'll see what happens. Well, I got 5s on both of the feet dice, so 5, 6. 17 again.
Nice.
Straight up, just barely hitting it. So no ting wars this time.
Okay.
So damage is 6 for the axe.
Okay. The axe thuds into the side of the wolf. It kind of pushes back, rolls, comes back up, and springs back at you. So Arthaniel, the one attacks you. It's already damaged, but it gets an extra dice as you're in forward stance. It is going to hit 11, 12. It's going to hit you. Your parry is 19, so maybe it won't hit you actually. 7,
Correct.
8, that's a 9, 17. Yeah, it does hit you, 24. And it's going to use its Tengwar to make it a piercing blow. So it does 4 endurance damage to you, and you need to make a protection test, which is a feat die, plus
Protection
however
test.
many dice in your armor you have. Protection. Which I think you have.
A leather corset. Corselet. And I also wear a
2
helmet.
dice. So you got 3 dice. So you a feat dice and 3 dice, and you're against target number 14.
Okay, all
Or
right.
you're
Let's
gonna
have a
get
look.
wounded.
Or I'm
can
or
do
I'm
it.
going. No, 16. Yes, there's a Tangwar
Okay.
there. So
Yeah.
as long as I don't have to attack anything, I'll be fine. No
Yeah, so
problem.
this wolf, even though it's wounded by the spear, clearly it recognises the owner of the spear. It can smell you all on its wound. Leaps up at you, bites in, almost gets you by the jugular, but you just roll out of the way. The leather corselet and your helm just protect you sufficiently, but you still take 4 endurance damage.
Mm-hmm. 4 endurance. Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Let me
one
get back
on
at him.
you, Esteldor, that took the... So the one that's kind of like currently not wounded, so you killed one. The one that's kind of like thinking about you, it lets out a howl, and this is a howl that's feral, but tinged with this darkness and this kind of like ferocity that just goes deep and through you, trying to almost push back on the glory that you have revealed. It's like this is not the howl of a normal wolf. There is a level of hatred fueling this. I will try my best to capture it. Oh, you motherfucker! And it lunges at you. Oh wow! And it's gonna do. That's 11. 12, 21 hits 21, and it spends its Tengwar to make it a piercing blow. So it does 4 endurance damage to you, and you need to make a protection test against target number 14.
Okay. I've only got leather corset. I haven't got a fancy helmet like Arthaniel. So
So only 2
let's go.
dice.
And the feet die as well.
Yeah, the feat dice. Yeah,
Yeah,
feat dice
got
and
to
2
be.
success
Of course it
dice.
has.
And you can
Come
spend a
on.
point of hope and stuff like that.
Yes, I think I will this time. Yeah. So I can always take it off. So I've got my own personal one. I've got 8 hope left. Because I'm a hope hoarder.
How much hope?
Oh. Sorry, what was the target number, Paul?
14.
16. And I've got a Tengwar.
Okay. I don't think you can really spend
If that's
Tengwar
anything, I don't know.
on much. So again, so you take the 4 damage,
Yep.
and your leather corselet kind of just pushes it away, and your sword arm just bashes it away a little bit. So that's that. And you used a point of hope there to give everybody else a point of hope. A point of hate.
Good
sorry.
man.
They
Yes,
use
much
hate.
appreciated.
They use hate. They use hate.
Yep.
It basically uses its version of enhearten. And then the one on Gert, kind of pacing around a little bit, then darts in, going for Gert's ankles.
Oh,
That is 10, 13, 19.
ouch.
and does 3 endurance damage to you, Gert. As it kind of nips away at your ankle. You're kicking at it, but it managed to grab a bit of the calf. Okay, next round, stances.
I mean, with my magic sword, I probably better stay forward because otherwise I can't hit shit. But damn, I've done it again.
Okay.
I mean, if
Yes,
I'm
I
going,
apologize.
I'm tempted to go back to forward because I'm bold, but he gets an extra D into it, doesn't he?
Yes.
And
But then you
they
do as well.
Oh yeah.
they're gonna get. Oh yeah. So, but they're also gonna get their version of rally
Enhance.
comrades, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, so their version is like they replenish their hate pool rather than they get an additional.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'll get an extra D from my own Enhart and Rally.
Yeah, I mean you impressed yourself too.
So I'll go defensive, Paul.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, interesting.
And
So I don't lose any dice in the end. Hey.
Yeah, we're getting.
So
Getting
how many
worked
do we
here.
get in the round extra? How many extra do we get? 2?
so
It was
let's call Gert's stance.
Okay, yeah.
Gert's gonna stay open.
Open. Okay, cool. We've got all the stances apart from rearward. So in your forward stance, Arthaniel, you'll have 2 extra dice. I think you can
Yeah.
spend hope, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And if you're
I'll probably
inspired,
have to.
if you spend a point of hope, you get 2 dice.
Yeah.
So because I think
Yes,
you said
in
that
there,
Hearten
yeah,
makes you
yeah.
inspired. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
inspired. Yeah,
Is it from the royalty or from the rally comrades?
it's the same
From
thing.
royalty revealed.
Yeah.
Um,
It's revealed.
The same
Ral's-
thing. That's
um,
good.
Rally comrades just gives you the extra dice if you're in forward stance, and if you got a Tingwar, then you can apply it to open stance, and if you got another Tingwar, you can apply it to defensive stance.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so it does say it says when you fight in open stance, you may attempt rally comrades combat task as secondary action, and
Okay.
additionally, all members of the company are inspired. So that means you'd get
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really great.
overflex. Yeah.
Yes. So
But this is only because of your. Sorry, this is only because of your royalty reveal, right?
yes.
Yep.
So anybody in forward stance is going to get an extra dice.
Yep.
And everybody, if you spend a point of hope in this round, then you'll get 2 bonus dice.
I might as well just do that.
Yeah.
Are we all happy?
Based
that
on
that's-
that, can I just move Gert to forward stance then?
Yeah, of course,
And
yeah.
just feeling his leadership start to swell up as the
Yeah,
royalty is revealed, and
yeah.
we seem to be in a bad place. So
I almost went back to open, but I see Gert pushing himself forward. I can't, can't be
Yeah.
even.
So Arthaniel
Okay.
gets. I don't think it matters who goes
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
So Arthaniel being swift. Shall we just and Gert being patient?
yep,
Mhm.
100%.
So come again then. 1 extra die.
1 extra dice from forward stance. One extra
But if
die
I spend a
from,
point of hope, yeah.
well,
yeah.
one extra die from forward stance. One extra die from the Enharten, the Rally Comrades action. If you
Yep.
spend a point of hope, you'll get 2 extra dice from the inspiration of the
Yes,
dinner
is
die.
the answer. Yes. I spend another point of hope. Another point of. That's me.
Okay.
So I have 5 now. Yes, this is okay. This is definitely going to go wrong. So here we go. And I have only 1 wolf. Yeah, the one that.
There
The
is
shitty
one
one,
wolf that's already got your spear attached in it. That's
Oh my
lived
gosh,
about
no.
2 rounds longer than it thought it was.
And I'm wasting good 5 dice. Oh, shit. I'm rolling. Yeah, they are. Now you're doing it. There's a Gandalf there. There's no Tangua, but it's like just an average standard Gandalf type success.
Standard.
There's no
so,
Tangua. That's the problem.
So a piercing roll, a piercing blow.
Oh yes, one of those. Yes, exactly. That's it.
It spends a point of hate to give itself an extra dice on that. I mean, I think you're going to kill it anyway. It gets an Eye of Sauron. And a Tengwar. So that's really good for
Oh
it.
no!
So it's not wounded, but how much endurance damage do you do to it? You're going to do what, 4 from the sword? Did you get a tang? You didn't get a Tengwar, did you?
No, sadly, no.
The sword
But
pierces its stomach, and it's.
I am dour handed. Hang on, is that no? This is only if I do the sorry. Dour hand is only if it gives me 2 things, but I think I have to have a Tengua for that.
It's dead anyway.
Plus, yes, because I'm not doing heavy blow. It's just a normal attack, but piercing blow. So yeah, so it's 5 strength for me, and then 4, so 9.
It dies.
Oh dear.
Despite its hate.
Despite
Yeah.
the hate that it had. Okay, Gert.
All right. Gert has feat die, 2 standard dice, 1 forward stance, 1 for rally comrades, and I'm going to spend a point of hope and get 2 dice for that. So I am rolling all 6 of my dice.
Okay.
That's my feat dice. Please. And I'm up against one of the intelligent ones,
Yes,
right?
you are.
Gandalf. Not a single Tengwar, but a Gandalf.
You got
And,
Gandalf.
like,
Okay.
I got a Gandalf plus, like, hold on, I want to add this up because it really feels good.
It spends a point of
Okay.
hate to give itself a bonus to its armor roll.
All right.
20 it got. It rolled 2 Tengwars and then 8 on the feat dice, so I think that probably passes.
My injury is well, I got so I got piercing blow on 9, so I got a piercing blow.
Yeah.
My injury is 18/20, I guess 20.
18/20. What would the /20 be? Because that could be important.
One-handed, two-handed, I guess.
Were you doing it two-handed?
Yeah, I don't have a shield, so.
Okay, so then meets beats usually, so it beats it. So it meets it, so I think it beats it. Yeah. So so what's your endurance that you do to it?
All right, so 6 plus. I got the piercing blow.
So the piercing blow doesn't add any endurance to it. It forces
okay.
it to make a protection test.
Yep. Yeah, okay, I got you. So you made the protection test, so
Yep.
it's only 6 damage.
6. Okay, so it's heavily wounded, but it's still there. The glint of evil in its eyes. Anything else?
That's all I've got.
Okay, so there's one still on Gert, one still on Esteldor. The one that is on Gert lunges again with its fangs. It's going to spend a point of hate. The malice in its eyes flourishes as it jumps at you. It is going to hit 11, 14, 15, 19. So it does 4 endurance damage to you. Again, nips in, grabs at your leg, tears some flesh away, screaming. It's still now. It's like staying next to you. The one that is with you, Esteldor,
Loses a D.
Sorry?
Because defensive.
Yeah, you're
It lost
defensive.
defensive.
Yeah, okay, but it's spending a point of hate to try to get at you as it's eyeing you. It lunges one way, you kind of defend. It darts the other. That is 5, 9, 15. But you manage to push it away with your arm, banging it away so it can't quite get its teeth into you. Okay, top of the round.
Oh, I've got to do my attack, haven't I?
Did you not do your attack?
No, I haven't done any rolls yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. I had to
Defensive
sequence then. So
defensive
you make
enough.
your attack, Esteldor, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I've used
Yeah,
the pot of
depends.
hope, so I've got 2 extra D.
Okay.
I lost one, but I regained it because of Enheart and thing. I've got 4 Ds. Come on. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I got 20, so I hit.
Yep, hit.
And I got a Tengwa,
Okay.
so I'd go heavy blow again as usual.
So what do you get on the feet dice?
4.
Okay, yeah, okay, so heavy blow,
Yeah.
yep, okay. So I think that's what, 12 endurance damage to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that would have felled one of the other wolves, but this, empowered by whatever malice lives behind its hours, remains standing. You can feel the hatred radiating for everything that you revealed that you stand for. It's coming from much more than animalistic rage directed towards you. So now we go to the top of the round. So stances. And Arthaniel, you need to choose whether you're going to engage with Gert or whether you're going to engage with Esteldor.
Sorry. How is Esteldor looking? I'm assuming
Debonair,
he's handling
debonair.
himself well.
He's looking regal. He's looking
I'm
as
on.
if the sea,
I'm-
the lords of the sea have a riven. I don't even know what it means.
Oh yeah, I'm shining, but I'm got 14 endurance, so I should probably be okay.
So he
Well,
looks
so
pretty,
he has
it looks
two
pretty
on-
fucked, but also very regal. Like the,
Right.
like
Right.
the lords of
Okay.
the west have arrived after maybe having
Right.
more skirmishes than they thought.
So he has 2 wolves on.
They has one.
Now-
So there's one on Esteldor and one on Gert.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stay. I'll stay with my man Gert. Sorry, because I'm
Okay.
hoping that maybe some fire later
This-
on, maybe some sausages that could go spare.
Yeah. And this is the worst you've seen Gert. The worst condition you've ever seen Gert.
Yeah.
Since you've met him.
Okay.
Even when
Oh,
he
of
was
course.
stuck in the swamp.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looked
Okay.
better.
Stances then,
Okay.
gentlemen.
Yeah. So this is bad. So I am. I will probably go. So you were okay. You were forward. I will go forward. Yeah. I need to be forward. Yes. Of course.
Arthaniel
I'll
is
get in
forward.
front of this wolf if I have to. And it's not for sausages, of course. It's not just for sausages. This is because we're a team. And we have to work together. If that sword doesn't kill me first, but
So Gert, it doesn't take an insight check to realise Arthaniel's looking for sausages.
Yeah, I've accepted my fate.
Okay.
My friendship is bought with sausages, and it's fine.
Fellowship of the Sausages.
Yeah.
So, what stance Esteldor and Gert?
I don't really want to lose a dice from my attack, so I'm gonna go open.
Open. Esteldor
Please.
moves forward, pressing forward his attacks, having stood a little bit back-footed before. Gert, front-foot as he was.
Bax kind of recognizes that Arthaniel is coming up to aid him, and he kind of takes a little bit of a back step to open.
Okay. The dark gloom of the forest is surrounding you. The thick hedgerow stopping you from freely move, and the corpses of wolves, their blood starting to soak into the ground. But still, the evil intent of these creatures, driving them to continue to attack. Arthaniel, pushing caution to the wind, you lean into the wolf that's been attacking Gert. It spends a point of hate to cause you to have ill-favoured attacks as it moves quickly out of the way.
it feels now like more of a standard game of poker on a Saturday night. Okay. I'll raise you. I'm going to spend another point of hope.
You can spend. Have we even spent Fellowship Hope?
I think you
spent-
replenish from the pool afterwards. So you don't spend
Okay.
out of the
So-
pool, but
Yeah.
after you can replenish your personal store from the fellowship
Yeah.
pool.
Gotcha. Okay.
So okay, so I spend 2 personal, and then we can discuss if we replenish it or not. So I've already spent 2.
Yep.
I'm going not all in, but I'm just raising this this clown. I think this is serious. I'm losing my patience, and my my ranger is getting tired of this wolf business. So I spend a point of hope to get another dice. So by my calculations, forward stance, hope 3.
Yep.
Because I have a hole. Only 1. Okay. Oh, unfavored, yes?
Ill-favored.
Ill-favored, sorry.
Favored. Oops.
Well, screw you. Okay. Okay, so it's a 6 and a 5 on the feet. Hang on. Okay, target number is 13. Okay. First things first, it's a hit and there's a tangua.
Okay.
No. Where's my spear when you need it? Damn it. Because I was thinking about the spear. Spear gives me a piercing blow on a 5, but that's a foregone conclusion. But the spear is keen, but I am as a person dour-handed, so I'll have some benefits. Sorry, I have a Tangwar, so it's a hit and it's a great success. And I cannot spend on a piercing blow because there's no edge. But I want to do this heavy blow.
Okay. So what endurance damage do you do? So you do 4 plus the heavy blow, so that adds your strength rating.
Yeah, so that's 9, and then dour-handed gives me 1, so that's 10. And whatever extra magic is there on the sword, I'm like invoking it sort of just now. Apply it now. I know it's mostly effective against orcs, but I think it's close. Yeah, orcs, wolves, it's kind of potato, right? It's kind of.
Yeah, you're invoking the -5 from the sword. Got it.
The sword swings down and bites into the flesh of the wolf. As it does so, the wolf reaches up and locks eyes with the ranger Arthaniel.
Yeah.
Either through the magic of the sword or other powers, you see through the wolf's eyes, and you can, in your mind's eye, see a open night sky. There are stars glittering there, and there's stone wrought, just like the ruins of Fornost and Numinas. There's the cracked shape of a old king of the west, and you can see seated there a figure, its mind focused upon the walls, and as you slice through, you also slice through some thin silver thread that seems to connect it to that figure, and then you're back in the moment.
Okay, yeah, that was deep. How about that killing that wolf?
Oh, yeah, the wolf's dead.
Down.
Yeah, he's...
Never mind the poetic, imaginary.
Yeah, no, this is. Yes, I will make a mental note of that, and I will share this with my comrades as soon as I dispatch all of the wolves.
Okay.
Probably not by myself. But...
So, Gabe, Arthaniel has sliced into the wolf that was with you and has killed it dead.
Then I see the weird, time pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something happened there, but Arthaniel is completely just...
And what you see a little
oblivious to it
is almost this the helm that Arthaniel wears almost kind of gains spikes coming out of it.
Oh, good. That'll be useful.
Spikes.
Did you say? Sorry, did you say spikes?
Big, long, tall, spiky.
Long, tall spikes.
I was expecting wings, not spikes.
Well, maybe from the side they would be. It's hard. But, I mean, it's a flash. It's a moment of inspiration that Gert has obtained, closely observing Arthaniel as Arthaniel struck the wolf.
Yeah, I know that we're talking about wolves, but 2 people have been talking about the helmet, right? And Esteldor and you, Paul. There's no magic about this, right? I inherited from my uncle, who got killed by a shot to the head by some rogue orcs, and I recovered it. It was really badly damaged. I had to get it repaired. It's pretty much just a rag on my head, but it does work a bit.
So it gives you no protection. Is that what we're saying? It gives you no protection because it's just a rag on your head.
No, I had it fixed, but it looks.
There's nothing special about it. It's not a helmet of mind control.
It's just a headband with some leaves.
Okay, Esteldor.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to. I'm in open, so I'm just going to attack, and I'm going to burn through. But I'm spending some personal hope again to get an extra D.
Okay.
I might as well, just in case I die. I don't know. Right. There we go. Good shake. Maths. 17, so I'll beat my target number, and I've got a
Okay.
Tengwar again.
Okay.
So just another heavy blow because I only got a 5
Okay.
on the.
You
Feet
smash into the other final malicious wolf until it lays on the ground in front of you. And as these wolves die, these ones that seem to be empowered by some level of intelligence and malice, they kind of diminish as they kind of lay dead. And you thought that they grew in stature and size, but they just don't look much more different than the other pack. Maybe one of them was the alpha and maybe looked a little bit more heavy set, but really it's not to the extent that you imagined or saw when you were fighting these beasts.
I'm brave.
What are you doing, guys?
Uh,
Silence is settling over the forest.
Yes, that was very intense. But we persevered, and
Smell of bacon wafting down from the canopy.
Yeah. So I push away the thoughts about fried sausages for a moment, and in a somber mood, I shared the story about when I was striking one of the wolves with a particularly hard blow. I realized that there's some sort of like a vision that was happening. It was like this connection. So I tell them about the silver thread, that somewhere in the north, perhaps there is a ruin somewhere with some guy sitting on a throne that may or may not be influencing these wolves somehow. But yeah, it was weird because they were faster, because I knew they were 10 minutes away, and then boom, they're right in, and then they seem to be like tensing and flexing. I never saw wolves do that on their own. They're just hungry. They just want to eat you. And
Hungry like a wolf.
So, all right. So yeah, and Gert kind of takes the end of his axe and pokes one of the flexors. Says, "This wolf must have been the one that was opening the doors." He goes over to check on Bert.
Bert's fine. Bert's. But unharmed.
We'll need to investigate this
yeah.
great evil to the north.
can I just quickly just check? You know, I hunted a lot. I'm not a great hunter by any means.
So did you hunt a lot, or did you just hunt a lot badly?
Okay, no, actually, no. I thought it's 0, but no, I'm a decent hunter. So I just want to check if they are in any way sort of a natural, or are these just the bog standard type of wolves that I encountered?
Okay, so you don't need to roll for it. You and Esteldor, and I think we've just lost Gabe. You and Esteldor have encountered wolves many times in your rangering careers. Yep. It's the kind of like common or garden enemy that you have to protect against throughout Eriador. They look very much like normal wolves. As you're examining them, three of the wolves, the wolves that were coming out of the thicket have got red muzzles, like they've been on flesh recently. But other than that, there's nothing exemplary or different than other wolves you've encountered. There's no coloration that's different. There's no size difference. They're well fed. They're not. It's not the scraggy end of the winter where they've been starving, but they're not any different than wolves that you would have encountered ordinarily in the course of your rangering lives.
But when we were fighting them, they appeared sometimes larger, stronger, faster, right?
So a couple of them, to your minds,
Mm.
appeared to be stronger, faster, kind of almost empowered. And also, there was that one occasion where one of those empowered wolves howled, and it really chilled through you. Much more focused, and it's quite hard for anybody to articulate it. You felt it emotionally rather than thought about it, but you could feel that intense dislike and hatred of you, particularly of Esteldor having revealed the Dunedain, and that further enthused the rest of the wolves. They like rallied them, and you kind of saw that happen. And then it's almost like when they died, something left them, and they kind of like diminished. There's an animating energy almost that left them.
Okay.
Matt, what's your law skill?
Okay, it's not bad. I have 2, but that's actually my favorite skill.
Same here, yeah, because I was just going to suggest if you roll a law roll,
Yep. You
for
can
the
give
vision
yourself
that you
some more
had.
rolls. Yep.
if you describe the vision, am I about to like try and figure out where it is or who it is, maybe?
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
That's what I
Yes,
was
okay.
thinking myself, yeah.
So let's do that then. Just a normal roll, right? Oh no, it's favored, so I have 2. Wow, this is so now. Okay, so I shouldn't be a combat person. I should just be like a
You should be
healer.
a scholar.
I have a Gandalf and a great success.
Ah,
Okay.
there we go.
Only 2 dice, right? But I have smashed it again. So it's a great success.
Okay.
So
No, I got 15. I needed 17.
So you can gain some further insight. You can call turn Esteldor's failure into success. How do you want to spend the Tangor?
yes, I think so. I think I want him to also succeed to get the light bulb, because I think it's good because we have different backgrounds and
what is it you're trying to
experiences.
establish here? Are you trying to establish whereabouts you think it is, or?
Yeah, I think so for me, and I'm speaking out loud. So,
Yeah.
okay, this is good. Thanks for suggesting that we look into this more. I think there's someone clearly behind these creatures in some way, and I think the best way for me is to find out if we can locate where they are.
Okay. So partly as you're thinking about this, and partly as you're responding to the questions from Esteldor, which is causing you to describe in more richness the vision that you had. You didn't see lots of background. You didn't see lots of distinguishing features, but it was very much a set of ruins that you've grown up in and around.
Yeah.
And they were more like the ruins you've encountered in the ruin city of Numenast than in Fornost. And Numenast was the older of the capitals.
Okay.
So you think that these ruins are possibly from longer ago, and maybe before Arnor fractured itself into the 3 kingdoms of Arthadain, Rudar, and Cardolan, and therefore possibly more towards the Gulf of Lindor. And in fact, actually in the background there were the mountains, the Blue Mountains possibly.
Okay.
And as you're kind of like being forced to think about it, to what you imagine to be the north of your vision, and in fact now that you kind of recalling the stars very much definitely to the north, and it was a contemporary, so the stars in the positions that they are now. So both seasonally, you think that was a vision of something that was happening at the same point as you are now. It's not like a vision of years ago or anything like that. And you think you saw possibly one of the towers of Esteldor, kind of close towards the Gulf of Linden, and the 3 elven towers there that mark the edge of the historical territory of the elves of Linden. So you think it's possibly west of where you are, maybe nestled in the direction of the Blue Mountains, rather than like not
So
north off in Eriador, but more
Yes.
towards the west of where you are. Though the west of where you are is a fucking great swathe of land, in truth. But
So it's past the far. I'm just looking at my map that just pulled out from my rucksack. So it's past the far downs.
so this
And
is
towards the-
this is Arthaniel. So right, so it's
Yes, exactly.
so I think it might be over here.
Yes, exactly.
So
Is this
well,
the map you
it's-
got from the starter set? Is this what
Yes,
you got
this is
from
the
the
start
starter
set map. Yeah.
I've got the cloth one somewhere as well.
I didn't stump the
Yeah.
cloth one. I mean, in some ways, I'm a little bit sad.
Yes.
I
No,
didn't.
mine are locked away. I can't even. This is like weird. People. I get it.
So it's quite hard because this is all. It's a vision. You got a glimpse of it. You're not quite certain how
Yeah.
much your mind is filling in
Mhm.
gaps that you kind of make it up, but you're fairly confident it was the current time. It was contemporaneous to where you are now. You're fairly certain that there was a glimpse of the towers, the white towers of Olosturian is the main one, and you're fairly certain that in the background there was the Blue Mountains. So you're not part of the Blue Mountains. So towards the far down, towards the Tower Hills. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, Gabe.
Hey, back. Welcome back.
So what's happened is Esteldor and Arthaniel have been deep in conversation about the vision that Arthaniel is claiming he had, and they think that the vision was of the current day because of the stars in the background of the stars as they are kind of like now, and also they think, as I was talking it through, it was set in some ruins that were the architecture of a Numinas. So early on in the kingdom of Arnor, before perhaps it got fractured into the three kingdoms of Arthdain, Rudar, and Karzalan. And also it's maybe far downs, Tower Hills, not as far as the Blue Mountains, so more west of where you are than like in the north of Eriador.
So we couldn't work out obviously who it was. Possibly was it like humanoid person control?
Human, a man, wearing poor cloths, furs, but all very hazy on details.
So that's still good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very useful. So I don't know the whole area, of course, but I would have been there so I suspect if we ever decide that way and want to explore this, I feel like if we would do a couple of rounds around the area, my memory would remind me, because this is fairly close to where I was born and where I would do lots of patrols in that area. So that's something to keep in mind for the future.
What are you doing now, guys? You got these wolves that have crept out of here. There's the thickets. The wolves' bodies there. The three wolves that came out from beneath the brambles that you killed soon. They've got the markings of having just feasted on flesh, and then the four come through and all that kind of stuff.
I think we should check out what's beyond the hedge, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Because if they had some game, it's a fair game. but if
I wouldn't touch that. But yeah,
but if they hunted, or maybe there are some victims. Basically, maybe there's someone they have attacked who was not as successful.
So it's 7 p.m. So I'm going to call the session there. And also that's not a bad place for Joe and Alessandro to be able to pick back up, because they weren't a missed story as such. Also, I think that's the longest combat in the One Ring I think I've ever ran.
Was a really long combat.
But it was nice. It was nice for some, at least.
yeah.
I think we'll put I think Matt's gonna put a point in swords very soon.
Yes.
Okay, so actually, so let's just work this out. So you're now after the combat, you get an opportunity to like take a breather and such like, don't you? I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
recovering endurance.
So if I can take this opportunity for the accounting purposes, we had 4 fellowship hope.
Yep.
I have spent 4 myself. I know we all spend some. So,
Yep.
but it would be good to use that fellowship one. So I suggest we can all share 1, and then whoever else wants to have 1 should have
Sure,
1.
that sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, remember if your current endurance drops below your load,
Yeah, I was 1 point away from being weary.
total load, yeah,
Ooh.
you become weary.
Yep.
Okay, so you can rest. So you have like an hour of inactivity, which means that you recover a number of lost endurance points equal to your strength rating.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not my strongest suit, but all right.
Yeah. And so you, I imagine that you're taking like essentially a bit of a short rest now, catching your breath, talking about what's going on, getting Tolman down from the tree.
Bandaging
Yeah.
ourselves up.
Yeah.
Just checking
Yeah.
if they have finished, because maybe they have a couple of crumpets they want to just finish off. You know, maybe the tea is still warm.
Yeah.
I don't want to disturb them by any means.
Well, they'll do it in their own time. I mean, they're not
Paul,
going to be rushed.
Can we use
I'm at-
healing? Oh, come.
I was gonna say I'm at 11 hope, so if anyone's lower than that, they can
Yeah.
take the spare hope from the fellowship pool.
Yeah, so you can. So during the adventuring phase, whenever the company's resting, as you are doing now, the player heroes may spend any number of fellowship points to distribute an equal number of hope points among the player heroes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm on
So if
7 hope at the moment.
Yeah, I'm same with Esteldor, but is it after or before you took 1 from the team?
After. So I
Okay,
I had 6. You said to have 1, so I'm
Oh.
at 7.
Okay, so I spent 4. I had 11. I spent 4. I have 7, but I guess Esteldor you can have the 2, because from 7, if I take 1 from the fellowship pool, I would have 8, and then yeah. So I think Esteldor you should take 2. You okay
so,
with that, Gabe?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'll have 8.
I'm full of hope. Gert's full of hope, so
That's very good.
Okay. Oh, Paul, can we do any kind of healing skill to increase our endurance recovery or not?
I think healing is more about if you're wounded than it is endurance
Yeah.
recovery.
Because
Yeah,
I've got my useful item, my ranger healing kit.
first aid is the healing roll reduces the severity of an injury by 1 day plus 1 day for each Tengwar.
Okie.
So Gert almost could have very easily needed some healing.
Yeah. And also, when you get like a prolonged rest, you'll recover all your lost endurance points.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like D&D 5th edition. When you long rest, you get pretty much it all back. But yeah, healing is more, and healing is when you get wounded, you're gonna really want to have some of that healing because you can get proper character death if you get wounded twice. Yeah. I was
So
for that combat. I was like, right. What I need to do is I need to make sure I'm active in the spending of hate and active in the using of the abilities. So I was deliberately trying to make it much more using the enemy's abilities because
It's cool.
Okay.
You spent a lot of hate for sure.
I did because traditionally I don't do that kind of stuff. But I was like, no, this combat I'm gonna absolutely try to kind of stretch it and stress you guys a little bit more.
Yeah,
because
Matt's back, he wanted to use it all.
Well, basically, I was like, he's got a sword now.
Sorry, Paul. So you said I've got to add my strength rating to the current endurance to heal back up. Sorry.
I said. So I actually know where it is now. Endurance, resting. You recover a number of lost endurance points equal to your strength rating. Wounded heroes do not recover any points at all.
Is there some magic happening right now?
No, so this is because you're taking a bit of a breather.
Okay.
Essentially, that short rest. So you're able to redistribute the fellowship points as we've just done.
Yeah.
But you're also able to just recover a little bit of the endurance, because it's not endurance in the One Ring isn't I lock my arm off. It's just I exerted quite a bit of effort and energy, and I'm now tired as much as I am injured. And therefore, as you're taking a breather, you can recover a number of lost endurance points equal to your strength rating.
Very good. So if you say strength, so I lost 4, so I'm lucky because I don't have. I'm back to full endurance then.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm at 21.
I'm incredibly hurting. Gert is hurt.
There is
I'm
nothing that
down.
the fried sausages couldn't fix, I think.
Yeah. Gert's endurance is 23, and he is at 13 currently. Yeah. I got severely savaged.
Yeah, walls ripping you to shreds. Okay, cool.
At least you got some new scars for your wife, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
This.
When Gert gets back and is telling the story in the Prancing Pony, at some point somebody's going to be like, "Hold on a minute, you've claimed you've fought very many wolves before, Gert, but you never had those kinds of injuries. Is that because these wolves were more vicious, or the last wolves were more imaginary?"
These wolves had more than animal intelligence. There was a darkness.
Yeah.
Some would say the enemy may have sent them. I stood firm in front of everyone and side by side.
Night beer for Gert, hero of Bree.
Yeah.
I'll have that night beer.
Crack open your special one, Butterbear. Okay. On that note, let's call it there then. So we'll have to work out when we play next. We'll have to get in touch with Joe and Alessandro. Sort of diaries won't be in February. Mid-March is kind of like my next available time. We're away.
Yeah.
On holiday, etc. Etc. Thank you very much, Jans. I'm glad we played. That was
me too.
Yes, great, thank you.
I don't know that I've ever had a session where it's just been a combat. I mean, in fairness, we've had plenty of sessions where there's been no combat of late.
Yes.
But there you go.
Yeah, that was a wild combat.
Yeah.
It was quite refreshing though.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Speak
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers, bye.
Thanks. All right.
Bye bye.
See ya.